let's just start this off the way that we usually do, our regular segment, the hits and the misses. Now, BT, anyone that would have clicked on this live stream, they've seen the title, they've seen the thumbnail. You know where we're going with this. This is one of our most, I guess, the supporter base of North Melbourne has gotten around Stat Chat Sports. And we love that. We love the North Melbourne fans. We love their optimism. And it would be remiss of us to not go with North Melbourne as the hit this week, BT. How good was Saturday night?
Oh, that was an awesome game. And they deserved to win by more. I'm pretty sure they led the whole game. I don't think they gave up a lead. So, that 1 point win in the end, but that was definitely I would say that was close to like a 4-goal win. Fremantle didn't look like they were going to win at all until the last 2 minutes. That was phenomenal by North Melbourne. This Clarko move has done them wonders so far, and you can tell the players are loving it.
The culture of the club has changed dramatically, Tazza. Clarko's got them buzzing. The fans are up and about. We had our man Coblove Records. He's an OG subscriber. He was at the ground. He was sending us messages as well to the Stat Chat Facebook page. If you're not on that, like that, get involved with that. We want to see it. I was seeing the kangaroos up and about. I was seeing the song going at bloody Optus Stadium. It was unbelievable, Tazza.
Oh, it was huge. I mean, this Clarko's got this club humming, and just the injection of young talent. I mean, everyone had Will Ashcroft nailed on for Rising Star. He may get there, but geez, Sheasel got the lead. He is
Sheasel was there.
The Shees.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Come on, Joshy, that was terrible.
I'm up and about, Tazza. I'm up and about.
You are up and about. But a huge win, and I mean that free kick controversy. They didn't deserve to win, so it was. They didn't even deserve a chance to win it because they were played off the park for 4 quarters by North. So yeah, it was a great win.
Yeah, let's not go to the free kick controversy yet because we still got a lot to talk about with North Melbourne. I'm loving the comments. I've got Zane Tormey in the comments. Flag Ruse, Sheasel for Brownlow. We love that. Has us up and about. BT, I want to talk about LDU. This is a man that we pumped up in our North Melbourne season preview. I had him as a smoky contender for the All-Australian team. He'd be there right now. He is on fire. He's top 10 in the AFL for disposals. He had double-digit clearances, 30 posies. It's LDU season, BT.
Oh, he's an absolute bull in there. I was trying to... I've obviously watched both their games this season, and I was trying to compare him to any player, and there isn't really a player you can actually compare him to because he kind of does it all. He's an absolute beast contested. He's an elite runner as well. He can finish. He's got it all, and yeah, I don't know how they're going to stop him. I don't think he's taggable. I don't think any team is actually going to be able to tag him either.
Yeah, he has looked elite, Tazza. We're a big fan of that. Big fan of the forward pressure as well. I think that really North Melbourne's come to play, and that was the start of this game, Tazza. That was the reason they got on top. They forced Freo to turn the ball over, and the early goals. It's really pleasing to see.
Yeah, well, much was made of last week's Freo just stuffing around with the ball, and Ruse really made them pay for doing it. I mean, it wasn't as bad as last week, definitely not, and they adjusted sort of on the fly, but pretty quickly the Ruse were letting them know you're just not going to be able to do that because we are going to force the ball over, they force the turnovers. So yeah, the pressure was intense, and it's just a hallmark of, I think, the way that Clarko wants this club to play.
All right. Let's talk about it now, BT. The free kick. Now, we are an up-and-coming sports YouTube channel. We don't have media rights, okay? So we can't show you the clip. However, I thought the clip was pretty damning, to be honest, when I watched it back. I think the AFL's response has been piss poor, I'm not going to lie. But talk me through it, BT, because I think the ball crossed the line before the siren went. That's just my opinion, but I know there's a bit more to it than that.
I've only seen the footage once. I haven't looked into it too much, and it's hard for me to say because I'm being very biased here. And because I didn't want that played at all.
Neither did I. No.
But I can see it from both ways. But I think you got to just whatever the original decision was, and they came together, and you can hear the footage from the arc to the field umpire as well, saying that the ball was still in, apparently. But yeah, it is a tough one, but I'm sticking with it. I reckon it wasn't a free, it wasn't a deliberate. The siren went beforehand, and Fremantle didn't deserve to even have a shot.
What are your thoughts, Tazza?
Yeah, pretty much. BT's nailed it. I think. Was a deliberation as to whether the call was made by the umpire? I mean, it was the call wasn't made before obviously the ball may or may not have gone out before the siren went, but did the call need to be made before the siren went as well? Was there a deliberation over that?
So this is where I think you're right, Tazza, and that it was the right call because the boundary umpire didn't call it before the siren went.
Yeah, and that's why I tend to think that it was the right call. There was the game was done. The call cannot be made after the siren. So, yeah, that's exactly where I sit on it. And I've already said that the Freo didn't deserve it. The right team won. Let's move on.
Yeah, so I think you're right. Exactly. North Melbourne deserved to win it, 100%. I think the AFL's response was piss poor because they said the ball went out of bounds before the siren went, which it didn't. But the right call was made. Because the call was not made before the siren. And let us know in the comments what your thoughts were. I know we've got a lot of North Melbourne people in the chat right now, and they're all calling bullshit, and I'm happy with that. I think we're all happy with that. But interesting to get some thoughts from the viewers in the comments below. Let's go to the miss, boys. Now, we've got a team on the run sheet here, and I do want to talk about them. But if you are subscribed to StatChat Sports on YouTube, you may have seen a post come out today, and we asked the viewers and the subscribers who they thought the most disappointing team was from round 2. And it's not the team that we came up with for our miss, which is interesting. So, boys, I'm going to put you on the spot because we are going to talk about 2 teams for our miss today. The StatChat subscribers think the Bulldogs were the most disappointing team of round 2, and I do have a hard time disagreeing with them because they were terrible. BT, they lost to your favourite team, the Saints. 51 points was the margin in this game. Doggies now 0-2, looking absolutely diabolical. BT, you said they might become your least favourite team. I think they have to be now. They have to be in that conversation.
Oh, 100%. St Kilda's that I might like St Kilda now.
That's a big call.
Yeah, I'm pushing it there. That's never happening. But nah, I didn't watch the game. I was watching the Fremantle game. But from all reports and what I heard, this was a coaching dilemma. That's what I hear. Yeah. These players were all over the shop. I think McRae was playing half forward or whatever when he's purely an on-baller and an elite on-baller.
We don't like
I don't know what Bevo was doing. So if that's the case, like I said, I didn't watch the game, so it's hard for me to comment. And the Ross Lyon factor might be an actual thing. He could have changed his whole club around. It's still a little bit early days to say that, but if going on the Bulldogs, yeah, they're just shithouse. And I was the only one who gave him a chance, and they're not getting my support anymore.
Yeah, they're done. They've burned their bridges. Rossi's got those boys humming. The Saints are looking a lot more offensive than we probably picked them in the off-season. But Tazra, I think we called this with the Dogs early this season. Their off-season moves were puzzling. They're too tall. They're not structured well. They don't have the balance down there. It's just a weird setup from the Dogs right now.
Yeah, and there's no excuses for this team. I mean, they've had this draft handed to them basically, in Jamara and Darcy, sort of young players that they can to mould to wherever they need them to be. And I just feel like they've gone through it the wrong way. Bevo has absolutely bevoed this team and just destroyed it. I don't know what he's doing. He's on borrowed time, I think, with this. It's a good list. And I did see a stat about, going off topic a little bit. He's obviously made it to won a flag and made 2 grand finals, but never made top 4.
Yeah,
with this team, which is quite perplexing. He's just not a home and away coach. He can get the best out in finals, but he just can't get it done in the 22 or 23 game season. So it's a really odd one. But yeah, the way that they've put this team together, it's not right. Liam Jones coming in, Sam Darcy. I mean, where does he play? Forward, back. What do you want to do with him? It's the midfield. Don't even get me started on the midfield. It's just a mess. Caleb Daniel, old helmet, is sitting in the midfield. I think he had 60% CBAs or something. I think they're just trying too hard with this midfield. Put your best players in the positions where they should be, and let it work from there.
Yeah, Dogs definitely disappointing. In the comments, you're letting us know, Riders, he's on board, and he called the Dogs for the top 4. He's bailed off. Hazard's not happy as well. So, yeah, liking that. But we didn't actually end up wanting to go with the Dogs as our miss, because we went with the Cats. We went the Cats as our miss. They've been poor, I think, the first 2 weeks. Granted, they played very good opposition, but disappointing BT for the Cats, 0-2.
Oh, they look shit.
Yeah, they look slow.
Oh, very slow, very slow. They do not look like even a top 8 team. And being obviously reigning premiers and starting 0-2, I think that's why we lent this way as our miss. But they don't look like really beating many teams, to be honest with you, at the moment. At all.
I got 2 issues with the Cats. The first is the midfield. They're not getting their hands on the footy Tazza. And the second is the defence. And I'm not sure which one's a bigger concern for mine.
I think they have one of the weakest midfields in the comp.
Mm-hmm.
I think you've got Dangerfield, an ageing Dangerfield. Atkins just isn't the guy. Blitzarves is a running machine, but yeah, he's an aerobic machine. He'll get around. Ray Stanley's a spud, and Cam Guthrie, he's half the player he was last season.
He gives away so many free kicks. So undisciplined. Cam Guthrie is, yeah.
And I think it may be shaving the head's he's lost all the energy. I don't know. There's a bit of hippie energy there or something from the dreadlocks. But,
I like that.
But he's lost. But yeah, no, that midfield, at this point then it should just run Tanner Bruin, give Jack Bowes a run in the middle. I don't know, but they need an injection of youth and pace, because they're really, I mean, you get it from Dangerfield in spurts, but they need more than that. And it's bad. But on the defence, yeah, Stewart's a big miss. DeConning was probably hurt. Radaglia is awful.
Oh, man.
He's terrible. He can't switch off from that forward mindset of trying to mark the ball every time he goes up and not trying to clear and not trying to spoil. So, first of all, he needs to get out of that. But, yeah, there's some pretty big problem areas in this team.
Yeah, they're certainly looking to get Collar Jasny back. I think he's going to be back this week with the concussion. They certainly need him. Third worst defensive team in the comp through 2 weeks, the Cats, and that is not what they've built their game on. So, yeah, we had them as our miss, but certainly loving the feedback from the StatChat subscribers. Dogs shithouse this week, and they were certainly well deserving of being in the category for the miss. But there you go. That is our segment. Hits and misses, done and dusted. And if we've missed any teams as well, if there's another team that was deserving of a hit, deserving of some praise, let us know in the comments below.